To this now, several undocumented migrants have been arrested during raids in the Johannesburg inner city today. The operation, led by Acting Mayor Kenny Kunene, is also targeting illegal water and electricity connections. The buildings are believed to be in violation of bylaws impacting the city's revenue collection. Kunene says immigration officers are processing those who were rounded up. All right, let's speak now to the Acting Mayor himself. He joins us via the virtual platform. Acting Mayor, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with what informs these raids. What are they meant to achieve?
Thank you very much, Polani, for having me, and good evening to your viewers. Polani, one of the main concerns I have as a resident of Johannesburg, but also as an MMC and now as executive mayor, is the illegal connections of water and electricity, but also the hijacked buildings. You know, this thing of hijacked buildings it's just going on unabated. It has been normalized. Syndicates are even killing each other to take control of buildings that have been turned into squatter camps within the buildings. Young children are growing up in these buildings that are very unhealthy, very uninhabitable, where criminality thrives. So children are growing in an environment of crime, of drug abuse, of rape. So unfortunately, as the Ministry of Transport, I can only focus on my portfolio. And that is why when I am trusted with this responsibility of acting as the mayor, because as the mayor, you can then talk to all MMCs and lead programs. That is why I have decided to lead this program. That one seeks to achieve the shutting down of hijacked buildings, evacuate South Africans, give them alternative shelter, get illegal immigrants into the police cells so that they can be processed legally and deported, but also to assist the residents of Johannesburg, the law-abiding residents of Johannesburg who are paying for services, yet the buildings adjacent to them are connecting illegally to their electricity supply and water supply. Yeah. So that is why today we disconnected the illegal connection of electricity, and we are going to continue doing this. When the mayor comes back, I'm going to ask him that I continue with public safety to disconnect electricity. And I think that will be the first step in discouraging these criminals from hijacking our buildings.
Yeah. And out of what you did today, this operation, how many people were arrested and what kinds of misdemeanors did you find and stop?
Well, today was a very successful program, which was a multi-departmental program. We had the MMC of EISD, Jack Squire, responsible for City Power and Joburg Water. We had MMC Public Safety, responsible for JMPD and EMS. And then we had MMC of Transport and the acting executive mayor. So one of the things that we found was that there's many illegal immigrants residing in this building at 242 Marshalltown, mostly from Tanzania and Zimbabwe. These immigrants some of them have got passports, but the Tanzanian and the Zimbabwean passports have got the same stamp dated the same date in May, which means, and we can see even immigration officers said, no, this stamp is not the stamp that is being used. Yeah. So somebody has got a fraudulent stamp stamping passports every 2 months or 3 months to legalize these people. So that is the first demeanor or criminality that we found. The second one, the creation of a squatter camp inside a building. A building that has got different floors, but you find shacks like shacks inside this particular building. And we understand that there are people who are collecting 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, depending on the size of your squatter camp within that building. And the residents within the building confirmed this to us. The other demeanor, obviously, the other illegality is their connections. Wires are everywhere. In fact, whilst we are still busy there doing inspection, 2 wires just fell on the floor and we saw sparks. So we could have been hurt there.
Yeah.
But and then is the uncleanliness, is the unsafe building, the emergency escape is broken. It's on one of the floors. There's only one entrance. You can't go out on the other side because there are shacks that have blocked that side. So, in the case of fire, it's going to be a disaster there.
Yeah.
So there are these things. Then you've got the smell of drugs. We did not find any drugs, but most of the shacks were locked. Some of them, because we could hear movement inside them, we broke down the doors, but some of them, most of them were locked. We will go back in the early hours of the morning at some time, but tomorrow we are meeting with the MMC of Social Development to establish if we have got alternative shelter, because we want to evacuate all South Africans, and those who are legal and those who are illegal must then be deported. That is why we have now arrested over 40 illegal immigrants that were put in the back of the JMPD bakkies to be taken to the police station to be processed.
The last time you were in the same position you are in now, the last time you were acting mayor, was in May of 2023, and you mounted the same operation. Is there a political statement that you are seeking to make that every time you are in the position of acting mayor, you're going to mount this kind of action? And what informs this action? I'm basically asking, are you trying to make a political statement?
No. Well, it's not a political statement. I'm an executive in the office of the city of Johannesburg, and I've got a responsibility to look after the interests of the city of Johannesburg. The city is having challenges of revenue collection. We've got over 600 buildings that have been hijacked, private, including city. If we correct this, the city is going to see more revenue collection coming in, and therefore more service delivery happening.
Yeah.
At the moment, I cannot even do or fix more potholes the way I want to, because we do not collect enough revenue, not because there's no capacity. So we cannot achieve service delivery targets that we are setting for ourselves because of lack of revenue collection. Yet, these hijacked buildings, people are paying criminals the money that's supposed to be coming to the city of Johannesburg and more. This building that we raided today, we understand that the people, the guys, the syndicates are collecting around 120,000 rands per month. And that's why they keep killing each other. One collects over 3 months, 6 months, they kill him, they take over, because they're collecting a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's not a political statement. It's being patriotic. It's loving the country and loving the city and seeing the impact of illegal immigrants' criminality within our city.
All right.
So and our cities have also downtown Joburg, the suburbs around it, Hillbrow, Yeoville, now Randburg, also Terfontein, Rosettenville, Mayfair. They are so filthy. They have become suburbs that are controlled by illegal immigrants who have got more firepower than South Africans. So it is about correcting these wrongs that have become normal.
All right. And I need to really wrap this interview now. And I'm glad you raised this final point, because it is the filth that not only upsets the residents of Johannesburg, but it's upset the president, who also happens to be a resident of Johannesburg. By the time the G20 comes around, I guess this is a question I'm going to ask every executive of the city of Johannesburg. By the time that G20 comes around in November, what, to your mind, will the city look like? Because we now have international visitors.
Fortunately, President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa confirmed when he came to the city of Johannesburg that I spoke to him months ago. I sent him a report on the state of the infrastructure of Johannesburg: bridges, road infrastructure, stormwater infrastructure. And I asked, because that particular report was a business case that had the numbers, how much it will cost to fix each and every infrastructure that we had identified as collapsing. So the president confirmed that. And the president confirmed that I was foretelling what we are seeing today. I had spoken to some of the leaders at National last year around December, after it was announced that South Africa is hosting G20. And I said, to fix the infrastructure of Johannesburg, we need to start now. So it is not in my hands. It is above my pay grade. If we get money tomorrow to mitigate the road infrastructure and other challenges facing Johannesburg, I can assure you that we will be able to work day and night and make sure that when G20 comes, Johannesburg looks better. But every delay of allocating funds to Johannesburg, to JRA, to be able to respond to these challenges is costing us. So I cannot guarantee that the city will be looking better when G20 comes, because the city's revenue collection cannot mitigate these challenges. And that is why we appreciated the president's intervention with the Presidential Working Committee coming in and saying they want to support the city. They are aware of our challenges. They are meeting officials. They are briefing them.
All right.
Unfortunately, what has not come is money. Faki mali uzobona. Kenya chelete ubone harisebita.
Kenny Kunene, thank you very much.
That's what we are saying to National.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Kenny Kunene, speaking in his capacity. I apologize on the acting mayor's behalf. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Mayor.